In 2018, we embarked on the journey of a lifetime, living and traveling full-time in our self-converted van.
We're gonna go for it.
Join us as we continue to explore the beauty around us, one adventure at a time. When you take the wrong turn, embrace it, because sometimes it takes you down a beautiful road into a beautiful canyon that you didn't even know existed.
Today we are in California, just west of the Salton Sea. And this is the, I'm going to try to get this right, Ocotillo Wells State Vehicular Recreation Area. And it's 85,000 acres of free camping, boondocking. There is literally hundreds, if not thousands, of places to camp here. But we'll give you more of the detailed information towards the end of this video. There are a few things that some people are just not gonna like, and others that people are gonna be excited about. So what brings us to this area? We're heading to Anza Borrego State Park. We've wanted to see it for years, but never got this far down south in California. And we are at that window of opportunity to see the super bloom. And I know the weather's got to be right, a certain amount of rain or temperatures to make that all come together, but I'm hoping this is the year that we get to see it. We've missed it for several different reasons in the previous years, but this is it. This is the year we're going to see it. And look at this view. I'm going to call this the badlands of California. And I don't even know if that's a thing or not, but this totally reminds me of South Dakota. We came in here on Thursday night and just needed a place to stay for the weekend. We like to find most of our spots during the week where more are available. So we came here, we saw the view, we're like, okay, we're staying. So we're going to stay a few days here, get some editing done, and then work our way to Anza Borrego.
While I was watching the in-flight entertainment, Riddles was watching his ball bounce further and further and further away to the bottom of the ravine.
If you want it, you have to go get it. You put it down there. You put it down there. You go get it. Yeah, it's right down there. If you want it, you go get it. I'm not going down there. Look, he knows exactly where it is. How does he do that? Oh, keep going. You're right there. Oh, so close. Oh, he's got it right there, Riddle. No, you walked on it. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Come on.
Come on, buddy. Come on. Good job. Good job. Good boy. Oh, you good boy. Let's not take your ball to the edge, okay? Yeah, let's not do that anymore. Let's keep it up here. Yeah. We raked a perimeter zone for Riddle. We're calling it the Riddle play zone.
So the rocks have been really hard on Riddle's feet, and he just needed a break from them. So we raked it out. I think he appreciates it already.
He doesn't care how far you throw the ball, just as long, see, he was right to the edge. Just
Right here,
as
Riddle.
long as you play ball with him, he doesn't care.
Yeah, he likes this. Good boy. Oh, go get it.
Right behind you.
Get your ball, Riddle. Go get it. Go get it. Right here. Ah, good job. All right, so it took us years to pick out what camp chairs we wanted, and because just the amount of room that they take in the van that we find precious, so it was a hard decision. And initially I settled on a Pico armchair because it folded up real small. It had a lot of moving parts, but it really lasted the test of time. It lasted a couple of years. Never broke down, never had any problems with it. It was just not comfortable with my back situation now. And we were camping with some patrons that had camp chairs, and they also had this bench thingy. And I sat on it and I'm like, wow, that's like the perfect level and it's super comfortable. And I don't tend to lounge anymore in my chairs. So I get up and I sit down a lot just to keep moving and not hurting. And it was perfect. So big thumbs up, big thank you to Mike and Marie for showing us this. And this is a platform ladder or a platform workbench. They have like 3 or 4 different names.
Scaffolding bench.
Scaffolding bench, usually used in construction for hanging sheetrock or painting 8-foot tall walls.
And I will say it's OSHA approved.
So it's made out of aluminum. It's 20 inches high, like I said. It's about 45 inches long and 1 foot wide. And I really like it. It's like, I'm not trying to sell anybody on this because this is not for everyone. Most people are gonna want a nice reclining chair, but just for us, I think it's gonna work out good. We can also use it as a table or a workbench. I've been using it as an exercise bench. Riddle loves to put his ball right here, so I don't have to lean over and pick it up. Really happy with it.
It's pretty nice. It has a 300-pound weight limit. It's super light.
Super lightweight. It does fold. So you can make it nice and slender.
Yes.
And it snaps out, so just take a little bit of pressure. But that's nice. It clicks into place. It's not going anywhere. Made very ruggedly and tough. Like it.
So where did you get this bench?
I ended up getting it at Home Depot, but you could probably get it at Lowe's. I saw some similar ones on Amazon. They have several different types. Some of them, even the legs extend, so to go from 25 inches to 35 inches. So they come in all different shapes and forms.
I will say, if you're interested, go look at them in person because there is a difference in quality.
There's a big difference. So I was looking right down here on these ladder area, and where this brace is, this is nice and thick, the metal that they use. Good catch, Riddle. And I noticed on some of them, they were super wimpy. So they definitely come in different qualities.
Okay, well that is truly a unique chair that I have never seen before.
Let me know what you guys think, if you would get something like this or you like the traditional lounge, comfortable chair around the fire. Oh boy. It's a winner.
The labradoodle. He's got a traveling van and a master plan. He'll show you it all if you throw him his ball. He's Rudolph. He's Rudolph.
I think Riddle's hungry.
It just heard me. I was in a snack bag.
We hadn't had breakfast.
Snack bag. Oh, Rudolph, you want it? Oh, eat it. Oh, yeah. You made it hard for me to do that.
There's a sunrise and a sunset every day. You just have to be there to witness it. With this sunrise challenge, I never knew what beauty I was missing each morning.
Riddle and I are up for our morning sunrise photo. And today we're going to go for a walk. He initially did not want to have his boots on, but since I put them on, he's been going crazy doing the happy morning zoomies. Somebody has his shoes on. Come on. You like your shoes? Does it make it easier to walk? What do you think? Good boy. Riddle and I walked about a half mile from where we're boondocking. We just walked along the edge of this bluff and the views are still amazing. Even way down here, it is extremely rocky. So I'm very glad that I put Riddle's shoes on. But wow. I hope you can see that in the background. And over here is a Salton Sea, which you can't see this morning. It's kind of misty, hazy. What do you think, buddy? Huh? I think we're going to head back now. I think we have one of the best spots here. Somebody must have just left and we scored just at the right time. The views are amazing here, but they're even better where we are. Okay, buddy, let's head back home. Let's go get breakfast. Yeah, you hungry? Are you hungry? Okay, let's go get breakfast. Yeah, you hungry? Come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Come here, buddy. Come here, take your shoes off. Come here. Good boy. Come here. Yeah. Good boy. There's one. Good boy. There's two. There's three. Okay. Good boy.
We enjoyed the day in the warm California sun, watching the clouds above us and the off-road vehicles playing in the ravine below us, and dreaming of what route we would take if we were driving.
Those that have been watching the channel might have heard that I've taken over the cooking duties. So I'm doing the food shopping and the cooking, trying to give Carrie a little bit more time because she spends so much time on the channel and editing. So what I got going on here is something simple. I'm just going to try to make a hot sandwich. And I've got some beef shoulder here, got it on sale, sliced it up really thin. I'm going to add some garlic and salt and pepper. I like to just keep it simple. I've got pretty much no cooking skills. So if you guys have any ideas or comments or wondering why I'm doing stuff kind of strange, it's because I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm going to throw this together and I'm hoping it's going to be good. It's making that terrific sound. I turn it down just a little bit. I've got olive oil on there, a little salt, pepper, and garlic. And I just turned on the stove for the bread. Got a little bit of butter on that bread and more garlic. And once that browns out a bit, I'll flip it over and get it ready to add the toppings on. So far, so good. All right, the meat's all browned up. I'm gonna add some onions to it. I kind of left them big on purpose. I think it might taste more like a Philly cheese sandwich. I don't want to overcook these. I want them to be nice and crispy still, not too soft. And then the bread, it's almost browned, ready to go. So I'll let that cook down just a little bit, and I'll flip the bread over, add the cheese, and go from there. The onions are perfectly done. I just sampled one of them. So, and you can see the cheese, didn't mean to move it that fast, has already started to melt just from the heat, and hopefully this will finish it off. It's kind of a little bit tough to do this with one hand, but I don't have to do it really neat. Ooh, it's hot. Okay, the sandwich is done. Let's go see if Carrie likes it or not.
It smells really good.
Well, if it's not good, you can tell me. I'm okay with that.
What is it?
It's a hot cheese sandwich, kind of like a Philly cheese, but
Hey, get back, Jack.
without bell pepper
Oh,
and
get back.
mushroom. Oh, the cheese melted, it looks like. Is it edible?
That's really good.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, I'm surprised.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. And we even beat sunset.
Wow. These are good.
It might be a good sunset. 2 thumbs up.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. And I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of people talking and the wind blowing in the trees. Oh, I will open up my eyes so I can see the light. Oh, and I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly.
My favorite thing about this location is probably no surprise, but it is the view. You can see all the way to the Salton Sea, one direction.
All the way to the mountains.
All the way to the mountains.
All the way to the Badlands.
Yeah, so, and then it's Badlands all in between. So it reminds me of South Dakota. It's just a really cool spot.
It really is. I was not expecting this. In fact, we're calling it the Badlands of California. I don't even know if that's a thing, but that's what we're calling it.
Yep.
All right, so we have a lot of information to share with you. We're going to get right into it. First, we're going to start with what you need to know about this exact location that we are at.
Yep.
In case you want to come to this exact point.
Okay, so we are parked out on a little bit of a peninsula, and it's narrow getting in here. So I would not recommend any vehicles over 30 feet because there's just no place to turn around for anything that's bigger, and it's a cliff on both sides. So.
Yeah, and if you could get in here and turn around, the narrow road in might be an obstacle that could cause you some issues.
Yep, there are pretty much no amenities other than there is a fire ring, and we are getting T-Mobile and Verizon.
We're getting 2 bars of 5G T-Mobile and 2 bars of Verizon LTE. Of course, it depends on what day of the week you are here. On the weekends, there were so many people that it didn't really work that well, but on the weekdays, it's working much better.
Yeah, and one of the things that we were talking about earlier is this place isn't going to be for everybody, and that is because it's a major OHV area, off-highway vehicle. And there is a lot of noise, so especially on the weekends between the paragliders, the airplanes, the military, the side-by-sides,
The
and
motorcycles.
Jeeps and motorcycles.
Yes.
So if you're looking for a place that's quiet to chill out and just relax, this might not be
This
it.
might not be it, yeah. But having said that, we usually like those types of places, and we still enjoyed this area. I had a lot of fun just watching them, because we're up on a plateau up high, and we could watch them down in the valley just having fun.
Yeah, it really made me want to have some kind of a dirt bike or off-road vehicle
Yeah.
just to go explore, because that's what's unique about this area is the whole 85,000 acres is pretty much open to driving anywhere you want and exploring for yourself.
Yeah, so tell them what kind of land we're on.
So this is Ocotillo Wells, oh boy, State Recreation, no, State Vehicular Recreation Area. I'm just gonna call it State Recreation Area.
Yeah, it's a mouthful. And like Dave said, there are 85,000 acres. I'll put a map up here so you can see the outline of the area. Because we are at the very tippy top, almost on the border of the recreation area and the state park boundary.
Yep.
And I think that's where the views are, I don't know, maybe the best.
Yeah. So this area, I would say, is dog friendly. Riddles' paws are still a little bit sore, so he didn't do a whole lot of activity outside the little square that we pretty much removed the rocks. So he's been chilling out, letting that heal. But there are lots of other locations that will be fine.
Don't let these things detour you from this area.
Yep.
Riddle's parents chose this area, but there are many other areas where it's not as rocky and where big rigs can easily fit, and where it's more of a decomposed granite for dogs.
Yeah, if you're driving in from the east, you're going to be coming in from Salton City, and you'll see hundreds, if not possibly thousands of locations to camp.
Yeah.
And this is a 30-day stay limit per year.
Yes.
So I thought that was pretty generous.
Now, there are designated camping areas. Some of them have showers and some of them have pit toilets. So if you want to bring your off-road vehicles here, do a little bit of research before you come, because this particular area we are in might not be suited best for you, but there is a lot to choose from.
Yeah, there's a whole nother highway that borders the southern side of
Highway 78, I think.
Highway 78 of the recreation area that we haven't even explored, but I've already can see on the map that there is boondocking and camping on that side as well.
Yes, and on that southern border, on the other side of that is BLM.
Yeah, and the BLM is also open to off-road vehicles. So as long as you know the land that you're in, there is plenty of area to explore.
Yeah.
But if you're going to the western side, the northwestern side of the recreation area, some of that is state park, so you do know where you're at. That's easy for us because we're already checking it out to fly our drone.
Yeah.
But that's something you want to consider.
Absolutely know your boundary lines. There's something very unique about the recreation land. Within the 85,000 square acres, you can drive your off-road vehicles anywhere.
Yeah, and there's just not much vegetation here. The area is already eroding and getting washed out, so there's not a lot of harm being done. And it's pretty cool that they left, you know, a spot where you can just go and explore. I think that's what makes this area unique.
Yeah. And there are points of interest where you can only get to by off-road vehicles that you'll want to check out if you have the capability, which I'm a little bit jealous about.
I am too. It's hard watching all these guys go and explore this area and places that I can't get to.
Okay, so let's talk about if you need to go into a town, the nearest towns.
The nearest town is going to be Salton City, which is not a city, it's a small town. So there is limited resources there. There's a gas station that has propane and a grocery store, not a lot more. So if you're going to come in from a long distance away, you're going to want to stock up before you get here.
Yes. If we go to the west, there's Borrega Springs, which is also very small. And to the south of that is the city town of Julian, also very small. But besides that, you could head south about 50 miles to El Centro and get every amenity you would need.
Yep.
Now, something very nice about this area is the location. We are 1 hour away from Salvation Mountain, or Slab City, which every nomad, I think, at some point has heard about Slab City.
Yep.
And we are an hour south of Palm Springs. We're just minutes away from the adVANture State Park, 2 hours east of San Diego. So
Yeah.
you could do a million things in this area. El Centro, you could cross into Mexico, go down the Baja.
I think this is a great hub, especially if you're going to meet with a group of people and hang out for at least a couple of weeks, because you could take day trips. Somebody might be able to stay and watch the vehicles, and you could take little miniature day trips and just really get a good feel for the area.
Yes, and speaking of day trips, adVANture State Park is not extremely dog friendly, unfortunately. Dogs are only allowed in the campground, on paved trails, and on roads within the park. So if you have a buddy, maybe you could take turns going into the park. The park has a lot of hidden gems and slot canyons and things that you'll want to see that you can't take Fido with you.
Yep.
Which is unfortunate.
And we still want to go explore. We just don't know. We're going to be limited because of Riddle, but we still want to check it out.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, I think we've given you a good overall of the area. Is there anything we've missed?
No, I just wanted to add though that some people have talked about Riddle wearing his boots on these rocks, and we do put his boots, and he also has socks on his feet to help protect him. But if he wears them longer than a couple hours, they start making rub spots on him, and then it's just no good. So we got a limited amount of time to use the boots or the socks, and after that he just has to rest and relax.
Yeah. Also, the boots, dogs sweat through their paws, and that's kind of how they regulate their body heat.
Yeah.
So if you keep their boots on them for too long, that is also something that can hurt them.
Yep.
But it didn't stop Riddle from dropping his ball over the edge and going and getting it.
Yeah, I think Riddle still had a good time here. He just didn't get to play ball for 4 hours a day like normal.
Yes,
so,
yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I think we've pretty much covered everything.
I think so.
All right.
We thank you for watching. If you get a chance to come to this area, I think you will find many, many things to do.
Yep. If you found this information helpful, please give us a thumbs up, and we hope to see you next week.
Okay, just start talking.
So this is our third take on this already. We're having some problems with the wind noise, and that was the thing we were worried about the most. If this doesn't work for audio, it's not going to be very useful in the kind of things that we like to do. So
Back to the GoPro.
Back to the GoPro. I hope that's not the case. All right, this is take 4 of everything that you need to know if you want to come to this area. So it's not quite as genuine as take 1, 2, and 3, but it still should be helpful if you want to come here. If you would like to support our channel, please consider becoming a patron. Thank you for watching.